What's up, everybody? Hope you're doing good. Today is one of those days, not necessarily a beautiful day. We want to send our support to our brothers in Senegal. For those of you who don't know where Senegal is a beautiful country in the west coast of Africa. The capital is Dakar, with a beautiful culture, beautiful people. The way they live, it's amazes a lot of people and amaze me. Senegal has been known for its democracy, its beautiful place to be. No issues, no tribalism, no difficulties. They're going through a very difficult time right now. Why? Because the president of Senegal, Mwekassa, has decided to stay in power one more time, which is anti-constitutional, unacceptable. But we praise Senegalese today for having the power and the courage to stand up for themselves, to go down the street of Dakar, to walk and scream for their rights. Yes, one person cannot subject all the population and does not accept that fact. There's one of our brothers named Ousmane Sonko, who is the opposition leader. He's being persecuted. He's been accused of rape, falsely accused of rape. He's been to justice and they were unable to prove all these facts. The goal was to try to put him in part, to put him aside, to eliminate him from the race of the presidency this year. The project was to try to erase him from the race of the presidency this year because he's representative of all Senegalese. He's a man that's fighting for Senegalese right. He's not there for international companies to make money out of Senegal. The bottom line is this. Most of these French colonized countries or ex-French colonized countries in Africa, the governments are installed in a way where they benefit the companies originating from France. The goal is to make sure these big companies make a maximum of interest, maximum of money, exploiting the people in Senegal. Now, they don't want to have a young leader who's working very hard for the interest of the people. They want to have a leader who's just going to be there to represent them, to make things work for them as long as they want. And you know, in those cases, as soon as the leader does what colonialists want him to do, they will let him stay. They will never come and scream and say, this is a dictator. This person is trying to control his people. They will never accuse him of atrocities or negativity that he's doing, even if he's doing it. But as soon as there's a young man, there's a person that's truly looking to look after Africans' interests, they call him names. They will go find fake files or create things against him. They will accuse him of rape. They'll go find nudes that are photoshopped. They'll create all sorts of stories just to try to keep Africa on its knees. Now, the African people have opened their eyes. For those of you who know Mali, the country Mali refused to be subjected to this a while back. They kicked out of Mali all the French troops. They kicked out of Mali the French ambassador because he was meddling with affairs in Mali. Burkina Faso has done just the same. They have kicked out military from France. Why? Because military from France was called into Burkina Faso to fight terrorists. Now, surprisingly, after years of you being here to fight terrorism is not ending. In fact, terrorism is growing. Look at the fault. Something is not right. You were brought in to fight terrorism. But in years you've been here, terrorism has not ended. Terrorism has grown. Maybe you are the problem. And African people have realized this is enough. We don't want this anymore. We want to be able to take our own decisions. We want to be able to direct our own countries. We want to have the lead in our own countries. Yes, you guys don't want us in Europe. Yes, you guys are pushing us away. You say we are refugees. We are immigrants. We are illegal immigrants. Why then don't you let us run our countries in a way that suits us so that we can be free? Why don't you let us do our own things so that our own people can benefit from the goods that we have in our countries? Why don't you let us live our own lives so that our children do not come and cross Mediterranean Sea and perish looking for a better life on your side? Once again, we support the Senegalese people. Many of them have lost their lives in the streets of Dakar, looking to fight for freedom, looking to fight for liberty, refusing to be subjected to another round of shame, refusing to be victims, fighting for their lives. Now they're trying to accuse this young man, Ousmane Sonko, of things he did not do, accusing him of rape because they know he's a young man. 80% of the population of Senegal are young people. 80% of them are young people. And this guy is representative of the young people of Senegal. There is no chance nobody else can beat him, honestly, in the elections. There is no chance, zero. And that is the reason why the only way they've found is to criminalize him, to put him aside, to mute him, to asphyxiate him. So we're sending positive energy to the population of Senegal in their fight for freedom, in their fight for liberty, in their fight for a better future. We know history has told us that every time an African man has stood up for the rights of Africans in honesty and dignity, he's been terminated. Magufuli was terminated. Thomas Sankara was terminated. Lumumba was terminated. And many other people. These are just the same people that have been controlling the world and are trying to control today. Just renaming it, rebranding it. Before it was slavery. Then it became colonialism. Now it's neocolonialism. either under the form of partnership. It's not partnership. People that are truly benefiting from these African countries are Occidental or Western companies. Once more, we send our blessing to Senegalese brothers. We know you are brave people. We've seen you many times deploy that braveness, that courage that you have. You are fighters, you are warriors, and you dignify us by standing up straight, showing and sending a message throughout the world, showing people that Africans are not the dumb, slam, easygoing people that they used to be in the past. We're not those people anymore. Thank you for taking the lead. Thank you for following up after Mali and Burkina Faso. Thank you for being strong. We send our support from all over the world to the Senegalese people. Your fight is a real fight. It's a true fight. It's a dignified fight for the future. Yes, rather be on the right side of history than live well today and be shamed and let your children be shamed for you being on the side of the enemy. I send strength to you once more, Senegalese people. Just remember, all those people that have fallen, all those people that have given their life for this fight have not gone in vain. They have not done it in vain. They will be forever remembered for taking part in this battle against the oligarchy of the world. Ousmane Sonko is a young man, is a true gentleman, a true Senegalese with the goals and ambition of growing the country, with the goals and ambition of bringing everybody together, with the goals and ambition to benefiting Senegalese people. And that's the reason why they don't want it. And we cannot accept this anymore. And I think from all over the world, we need to stop acting like things that are happening in different countries do not concern us. Just remember, fellas, before the colonialists came, Africa was just one land. It was just one land. Okay? Just one land. There was no country. There was probably the kingdom of Baganda exists. There was probably a kingdom of Nkuba. The kingdom of Zulu exists. But there was no South Africa as it is today. Or Uganda as it is today. No, there was no Nigeria as it is today. There were kingdoms and people that interacted with each other. People that loved one another, intermarried with no issue. We went and visited one another until they came in 1894. That's the time they separated us. They decided from now on, we're going to put them into boxes. We're going to call this box Togo. And people from Togo will only worry about this box that's named Togo. It's a country. We're going to call this box Benin. And people from Benin will only worry about Benin things because that's the box they are put into. We're going to call this box Uganda, that box South Africa, this box Nigeria. But we were the same people. The truth is, if you take a flight and you look downside, you're taking a flight out of your country, you will never see lines that shows you this is the line that separates Uganda from Kenya, or Congo from Gabon, or Gabon from Cameroon, or Cameroon from Nigeria. There is no line you can see. Nothing. Those lines are imaginary. The lines that you see are on paper. They have drawn the lines. They do not exist. But because they put in your mind, in your brain, that you are only going to worry about stuff that are within this box. That's the box. That's your country box. And that's why today we only worry about things that are happening in our own countries. We shouldn't be that way. We should send each other strength. We should fight for one another's freedom. We should be there to support each other like we used to do in the past. People from one tribe went to marry people from another tribe. People from what you call one country today will go to a separate country and go buy food or get acquainted or have a party. Then they came and taught us that we needed papers that they call passport to travel within each other's country. Your people never needed passport to come to my country. They only needed to come in peace. That's all that was. Today, Europeans can circulate and go see one another like they want with no passports, nothing. A French person can go to Spain, a Spanish can go to Italy with no visa. An Italian can go to Belgium, and Belgium can go to whatever with no visa. But they have taught us we need papers. That's called passport to identify ourselves. They've taught us we needed visa. Do we really need that stuff if they don't need it themselves? Once again, power to our brothers in Senegal in their fight. We know it's not for nothing. We are watching you and we are supporting you. God bless.